Hello all, I am Dr. Kartikeya Bhargava and I am a Senior Director Cardiac Electrophysiology and Pacing at Medanta, the Medicity Gurugram. Now, the other aspect, as I said, is the use of automatic external defibrillator or AED devices. We now know that the most common cause of sudden cardiac arrest is what is the abnormal rhythm of the heart, which we call it as ventricular arrhythmias. And for that, one has to give a shock immediately. Now, these devices or AED devices are actually positioned in places where there's a large number of footfall. Many people are traveling, for example, at airports. They are mandatory in all international and sometimes national flights. They should be also be positioned in stadia, in police stations, in places like schools. In fact, many states in United States of America, they have a mandatory requirement that every school should have one AED installed. They can also be positioned within the residential housing societies, because if at all they are not very expensive devices, but if they are used once and can save the life, it will be worth the cost. So the next step in reviving a person from sudden cardiac arrest is use of device called as automatic external defibrillator or an AED device, which is a shocking device. So the device looks like this. This is a medical device, but it is to be used by lay persons. So this looks like this, but the different makes and manufacturers may have a different look. But this is a device which is positioned at different places in the airport and all places where there is a large number of footfall. So this is a device with some buttons, and it's a very easy to use device. It has a cable with which you can attach the patches, which we call it as AED patches. Now the AED patches will have, there are two patches, and it shows the diagram where to place these patches. These patches have self-adhesive patches, and so you can remove the patch from the sticker, and the one patch is attached at the right chest, just below the collarbone, and the other one is placed on the left axilla like this. In fact, the diagram where to place the device is there on the AED patches itself, so it is not confusing. The cable then goes on at the machine and then it is fixed. So once you have attached the pads, you just need to turn the power button of the device, which is a green button in this case, but it may be of some other button. Once you turn the power on, the device will analyze the rhythm of the person, and at that point of time, nobody should be touching that person. And in fact, if somebody is doing chest compression, that need to be interrupted for a few seconds. Now the device will analyze the rhythm, whether it is a shockable rhythm or it is a non-shockable rhythm. If it is a shockable rhythm, it will charge the device and then prompt you automatically to deliver a shock by pressing the shock button on the device. Now once you deliver the shock, it will again analyze the rhythm, whether the rhythm has been normalized or not. And then you can resume your cardiac test compressions again for another 2 minutes before you see whether the patient regains consciousness and whether another shock needs to be given. So after 2 minutes or so, the device needs to analyze the rhythm. Device will analyze the rhythm again and tell you whether you need to give another shock or not. So this is the use of automatic external defibrillator device. Now this is one of the device which should be, the use of it should be known by everybody. It is supposed to be used by lay persons, and it is available at all the, as I said, places where there is heavy footfall. In the airport also, once you go, as you have signboards telling you where the washrooms are, you will have signboard telling you where is the nearest AED located. So one should look at these signboards also next time when you visit airport. And the idea is that it should, anywhere a person suffers a sudden cardiac arrest, it should be located within 100 to 200 meters of that location. So that's why these devices are placed strategically by at different places in the airports and at other places. Now, once the shock is delivered, there are good chances that the abnormal rhythm will become normal, and if not much time has been wasted in CPR, doing CPR and resuscitating the person, the chances are that the patient may regain consciousness and circulation and breathing will again start. If not, one has to continue the same steps again and again and wait for the paramedic team to arrive to give advanced light support in the form of some drugs or endotracheal intubation and giving artificial breathing by using other devices. So just to summarize, now sudden cardiac arrest is one of the largest causes of death in the world, and the only difference that one can make in these persons who have sudden cardiac arrest from surviving is doing CPR and using an AED. And it has to be done by lay persons who witness the uh, sudden cardiac arrest happening. So we in this video we instructed how to recognize sudden cardiac arrest, look for the responsiveness of the person, look for breathing, and look for circulation. Once you have confirmed that there is sudden cardiac arrest, one needs to start chest compressions immediately, and if possible and if comfortable, one can also add mouth-to-mouth breathing. Remember, chest compressions have to be done at a rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute, and the depression in the chest wall should be about 5 centimeters or 2 inches in adults, and the idea is to regain circulation. As the most common cause of sudden cardiac arrest is a malignant rhythm problem of the heart. The way to treat it is giving a shock from the surface of the body using a device called automatic external defibrillator or AED. So we also demonstrated how to use this simple to use AED device, which gives instructions on its own, and every layperson should actually know how to use this device. Using these techniques of CPR and using the AED, one can improve the survival of sudden cardiac arrest from meager 1 to 2% to about 20 to 30%, even in society like ours. Thank you.